again. This is sort of an update on my return from my trip, my road trip. Went out west. Anywho, I'm back now, and the plants were inside. Now they're back outside. And I'm going to do a really quick run through just to show you how things are looking before I do my most fragrantest video, which I could possibly do at the same time. And I may decide to do that. But my main focus is going to be an update on my collection since being gone for 10 days. And I'm going to go ahead and smell this. Intense, still, Phalaenopsis hybrid. But I will have to put the name up because I forget those things and there is no tag. But it is a strong contender. Very honest. Okay, this week right now. Last week's. But my phalos are looking very good. These are my Parthenias here. This is Parthenia Majestic. And you can see that growth right there coming out at the base. I bought these in spike, and I had hoped to get them progressed throughout that period so I could show off the wonderful bloom. It is amazing. Parthenias are a bit like Stanhopias, but they are more miniature, mini-sized. But they do need the same requirements. A little bit on the intermediate side, a little bit less sun. Once the growths are complete, they prefer a drier rest. Not a dry rest, but they want to dry out between waterings. They are potted up in a moisture retentive media, but one that does have some pieces of peat or charcoal or chunky pieces of bark for drainage. And as I said, that is most likely a root is out of the way. We'll just leave it now, although there could be an inflorescence. The inflorescence, as with Stanhopea types, they emerge from the base. And our pendant flowers here are very big and colorful. This is a cross, as I said, and Majestic is a cross, primary cross, and the flowers are very majestically red. Okay, and moving forward, the only thing in here is my Rhobophyllum cronculatum that still is in spike, not in bloom, but there's that flower spike right there. And over here on this side is my path honey. No, this is Primularium, and it is sequential. The flower had fallen off over there somewhere, and it is fastly pushing forward the next, but that will be permanently flower, and then there's one behind it that will be the next flower after that. As I said, as long as you maintain shady conditions, moist at the roots, doesn't want to dry out for too long, good air movement, good humidity, it will provide you with a year at least on up of continuous bloom cycle. Next to it is one I don't mention much. This is my Rhobophyllum, or one of my Rhobophyllum medusas. This is one from Windy Hill Orchids. And I got this at the spring show this year, and the newest growth has a little nubbin coming out. Yeah, it's right there, but it is really an ugly day today. It started out pretty sunny, but since then it has become rainy. This is Friday, October 13th. It is in the afternoon, 4:13. So that's my Rhobophyllum medusa putting on a new growth. And just keep on moving. And we are also at the same time looking for flowers to smell. And here is a flower, which is, this is Patanara something spots. Here's the tag. Hokudan. Cottonara. No, it's not. Yeah, it's Hoku Chin. Super spots. Nice patterned Cassava hybrid. There's no flowers down there, although over on this side, I should point out this Ingracum pseudophilicorna, and I know it's not going to be able to because of the low light, but something I noticed today, there's a little nubbin kind of developing on the side of one of these growths. And I think it's more so up at the top where it's darkest. So, of course, the light is not going to let me get a good view on it, but that is a shocker if that would be something, even just a new growth or an extension. And here we come up to Phalaenopsis KS perfume. And there is no perfume at such time. And here we go, as I did a complete 360 and landed right here where I knew I should have been at first, which is my Bactea grape wax, Cattleya Bactea grape wax, a primary hybrid between Cattleya boarangiana or Quarriente and Cattleya butata. And it is very spicy fragrance. And it also has a little bit of a, right now, as the flower fades a bit, kind of close a bit towards the end of the day. But while they're open, they have this spicy, smoky fragrance, somehow smoky. Okay, I want to show you these briefly down here. All, for the most part, have been repotted, except for what I'm trying to show you is these. And these are some seedlings that I got from Alan Black. Got them on Facebook sale group. And I really have a lot of high hopes for these. I mean, I think these are really close to perhaps blooming sized. This looks like that has a sheath. Here's some of the names: Prasavala, Yakai, and then that one is a Joy Black, Baby Joy Black, which is a Yakai crossed with a very dark Nodosa, I think, or Cuculata. No, it says Appendiculata. So that should be very interesting. I mean, this looks like it's doing well. That, for me, has been indicative of a Prasavala orchid approaching or being bloom-sized. And this one is, I think it's one he gave me for free, which is BLC Gunyon Benson. Well, anyway, it's Bryce something. Bryce Black. I'll have to somehow put the name, because it's all in there. Basin, BLC Basin Black. Who's that? Bryson? Byron Black. But it's Caloglossa crossed with B. Amethystoglossa. Those are Alan Black, the famous Alan Black. So for now they are in sphagnum. Once they get a little bit more grown up, then I will transition them to a seedling mix, which is still very tiny, for the little bitty roots. And then once they bloom, they'll go up into a bark mix or mounted, most likely. Now over here, I don't want to forget, I have this, which is my Nigelia Ella Piperea, and it is putting up another spike. That bloomed earlier, and then up above here, I think that there is a little Paphiopedilum that is doing okay. More than okay. It's got a bud on it. And I thought it was this one, but I don't see it right now. This is my foliae album, very tiny plant. Or I thought this one might have had a bud, which I think is my Henrianum. Also on this shelf, that's a bud. And that's my Lady Isabel. Stonii crossed with Roth. And then right behind it here is another spike. And that's my Stonii. Here is my Sanderianum. Pretty nice sized species. It's got those long petals that hang down 2 to 3 feet or longer. Seen also prevalent in Michael Kupovich, Paphiopedilum, which I have around here somewhere as well, pretty big. This is a Picta, Maxillaria Picta, and there's also an area Hyacinthioids, which is right here. I love those pseudobulbs. They're like a dry arrest once they get done growing, or else the pseudobulbs will rot. Let's see here. I did point out my Premiolinum. And yeah, that's about it. Everything is doing really good. That's my Stonii times Roth, which is Lady Isabel. No. Lady Roth. Now I'm getting all screwed up. I should just turn this off because I did give you the update a little bit above and beyond as I see it. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's all that I've got going on over on this side. I don't think there's any flowers. No, there's a spike right there. But not a flower. So, let me make sure over here there's nothing going on. And I'm not seeing anything. So let's go around to the side here and head to the back. And as I said, it is raining. And I'll stop here briefly. But there are no flowers there. This is just my new acquisition, a couple of epidendrums. I got this at Andy's. Polyanthum. Video is already up, should be. If not, it will be up later today. And this is Triolatum epidendrum. And this is my Gongola grossa. That is just out here marinating. It lost its hanger, so I have to get that back together. And here is another something. This is what I've had. That was in spike. There ain't these. I got this at Brookside. And the spike, of course, blasted. So I need to put some dragon's blood in here because it looks like it's getting some browning, but I'm gonna supplement this with moss just because that's what Aranthes like. And I do have that moss. And right here is Bulbophyllum Fullerton. still putting out some blooms. And that is this cross. Frank Smith times Clapton Inns. Here's flower. And I smell nothing, which is probably a good thing for a bulbophyllum. And still in the rain, we're gonna walk over here and check this out. Here's my bulbophyllum rough Chilean. Really not a flower. Over here is more anglecords with spikes. No flowers though. Even back here, same deal, no flowers. And over here, there's a flower spike. That's my Richard Mueller. Here's a flower spike on my Barcaria, no flowers. Sickle around here. There's those two flower spikes on my Rodriguezia. Decora, still pushing forward. Kind of see a little bit of development going on. And these are where I have my Rodriguezias and some encyclias that really should be drying. So I'm really not liking this rain. Here's my one Vandas. That is the moats. And I added that Spanish moss, as you know. I don't think I'm really missing much. Some of these are in spike, but they're in low, very low spike. That would include my Sartorchis hybrid, which is Henrik von something. And my Rangus distincta is in spike as well. Yay! And I did point out that Barcaria. And I've got my Ranthes caudata up there, that's back there hanging. Hopefully that will be putting up some blooms or some spikes. And here is my one of my other Ranthes ramosas that has been in spike all summer, and there is another that is going to keep putting out flowers. And moving in here, this is in flower. This is my Dendrobium Wondoishi. Finally opened. This is Vitroviolation crossed with Den Alexandrite. Eddie Lick Run. Eddie Lick Run. This is a Ilens cross. And that inflorescence has a spike right there that's got a couple buds. And this has those two buds right there. Let's see, anything else? This antelope is going out. And here is my Epidendrum nocturne. Just the flower just peeking out a little bit. Night fragrant, of course, by the nocturnum name. Back over here, got these Miltonidiums or Odontonias, which is Pacific Paranoia. Other side of cool. I've always wanted one of those and to get one. What else is marinating over here? Just some dens back here, which are Laturias. And also this one back here. And also some encyclias here, and there are more Rodriguezias around here. This is my path to green nun, which loves moisture. So I am going to let it get a nice drink on my car and stuff. But there's another Galliandra right there. And this is an encyclia that's got a couple sheets on it. This is Mabel Camba, I think Mabel Camba. And this one that has that sheet that's popping through is, it's a Kyoguchi cross. Kyoguchi times BLC Laughing Boy. Anything else? Besides the rain picking up. Let's see. Actually, yeah. Where am I at now? I need to go over this way under the tree. Because that's where other things are. Okay, let's put one under this tree. And here's one of my Pharaoh's giganteas. This is my DIDNT signatum. And this is what I'm going to give to Josh. It's Hiroshi, I think. Here's my Maria or Alicia. Here's that candy and the flower. Here's the flowers. Here's a spike right there. And that is Summer Spot from Small World. And this is my Cattleya Forsythia. Still cranking out the flowers. There's my other Forsythia. There's my area spicata. No, not spicata. It's ornata. These get a spade. The spike starts at the base, and then it elongates into this orange cluster that opens up weirdly, very uniquely. Here is something I just noticed, and it is that's the tag, I guess, or this is the tag. Golden Glory. And there are flowers, right? There are buds coming out of that. Right there. It's raining and it's not. But there are flower buds right there. This is my DIDNT Lasianthera. Still putting up that nice new glow. Sorry about my finger. There are roots down in my pot. This is really, really nice. It's doing so well for me. As is, surprisingly, my Coccinia Sophronitis. There's the latest growth maturing, and it's putting up that little baby back there. Now, down, yeah, I've already done that. Up here, still developing Versailles. Now here is my Japonica, the Rio Japonica, that has those spikes continuing, and there's the others right there, and above there is an antiquary, which is my, what is that? It's Elisei, Erangus Elisei. There. And there's a spike. Okay. What else? I don't think there's anything going on those Versailles. Any of those are just growing. Right up here is the mystery orchid up here, which says Marina. Big mystery. Marina 4M. Lots of growths with shoots and spikes. Okay, so that's outside. Now let's go back inside and show off some more. But that Tigrina is going to be nice. It's got a couple fans on it. Hopefully it will be successful. Here are some more angricoids down here. This is a Jumella, my Jumelita. And here's my arachnides. And these need to be watered. I'm going to put those out there. As well as these, more angricoids. This is my Xerophyllum eburnum, which is a subspecies of eburnum, so Xerophyllum. And then here is my Aranthes arachnidas. This one, no, that's grandiflora. So the arachnidas is here. This is Aranthes arachnidas, but they are very similar. And the other plant in there behind here is my Angraecum compactum, which is buried back there. And last time I saw it, it had a nubbin. It had a little bud starting, but it's at the very base down in there. And I can kind of still see it. Really. All right. And yeah, let's just keep going. Back here, I have a few more that I just left back here because they were doing so well. Here is that Angraecum Lace Star, which is Angraecum White, Linford White Beauty crossed with Sesquisquadale. And there is a spike, and there's another spike behind it. Here are some of my Trichocentrums. This is Carthagensis, and this one is this is my Q-Quat. And over here are some more Laturias. And I spotted a nubbin, which I made the conclusion that it was the beginning of a flower spike. And I want to think it's right there. But there are a few others that it could have been, so I may be mistaken. Like this is a Laturia, and the one behind here is a Laturia. So, and here's some more angricoids here. My vining types, Biramens, and then there's Ichlorianum behind here and down here peeking out, and then way in the back here is Infundibulare. And then hanging on there is my Dolii, and then here is another subspecies of Eburnum, which is Comerens, and this is my very active Neonis, which just loves to pop out of its pot like that. And behind there is a little baby Viguiere hanging on down there, Angraecum Viguiere. And then here is a Sesquisquadale right here, the king of all angricoids. And I left them in here. They were seemingly doing very well. Here's my Ollie Palmer, and this is Colostylus Orstettii. And I've got my Ciliare somewhere. And there's my Jumelia Grisalipes. It's giving me another leaf there. Seems to be settling into its pot. And this is the one that I saw the nubbing on, which is my Andre Millar. And there it is right there. See that? That looks like it could be the development of a new spike. That's my Andre Millar. And the tag is right there. But despite all of that goodness, there has been a lack of flowers, but lots of nice growth. So let's go back and recap, shall we? Be right back. Okay, I almost forgot about down here in the laundry room, perhaps one of the most important spaces, but they're all important. But this is where I keep my most sensitive, or will keep, my most sensitive fells down here. My angricoids, the smaller mounted ones. But here is a bloom, and I'm gonna hang it so we can get a gooder. Oh my God, am I illiterate? No. But Ebonics, my mom spoke Ebonics, my stepdad, and they are educated. But Ebonics is not proper English. I will admit it's illiteracy, but it's culture. So why did I even have to say that? So let me get on this flower here. Keep looking, because there surely has to be. Well, there's a flower bud. But as far as actual flowers, that flower is probably the one. You want to smell it? It does have a fragrance, and that is this one, the one that everyone is talking about right now, which is Phalaenopsis. Long Triu. Okay, well, let's get back to flowers. And I'm singing inflorescence with buds. There's a bud right there. Bud. But I'm not gonna bother with that. That's been in bloom for months and it's not ever been fragrant. So I think I've exhausted the fragrant flowers in here. So this is the setup. I've got these mounted up on the ceiling. I'm gonna put another one of these two on this side in this space in front of this window, and then here will go one of my racks that is upstairs right outside the door here. Too dark to show it, but it is out there getting some rain. And I'm just gonna do a little bitty walkthrough, point out some things. This is one of my Phalaenopsis samurai, which is Violaceae crossed with Galena. So those spikes are ever producing as long as they're green. This is my corner cervi, Phalaenopsis corner cervi, and this is another Phalaenopsis corner cervi. These need lots of humidity, lots of moisture at the roots, good air circulation. All those things are essential. You can tell this is looking a bit dried, and that is when they're most susceptible to mealybugs and just pests, when those variables are not up to snuff. So, but for the most part, things are doing well. Things are recovering. This is another corner cervi here. Granted, I've been gone for 10 days. This is mounted. And here that it's mounted and hanging on is another corner cervi. Can't you tell I love them? But yeah, this is the new setup. And some things fared better as I was gone. I think some of this is due to cold damage. It may also be due to insects, but I'm sure that is cold damage, because you can see the spikes are browning, which is not a good thing. But it will recover, but it will take a while, and those leaves will never lose that unless you cut them off, which is what you should do. Same as this plant, and I'm just going to show all of these. These are, well, these two are recovering great. I'll start with this one. Everybody knows this one. If you don't, you should. Phalaenopsis bronze maiden. And it's a silver leaf. And you can see it is pretty dehydrated looking. It's got, you know, I've been minding my poo on this plant, but you see those mealies under there. And this is just recently repotted, but the roots are coming back. And there are new leaves coming out the top. But again, as I have left town, it didn't get humidity, it didn't get moisture. And it shows it. So, same as this plant, I have work to do. And so I'm keeping it away from the others and getting it more moisturized and hydrated. And the same as these. This is Amboinensis yellow base, meaning that it's the base, the background is yellow and then the stripes are red as opposed to the other way around. You can see the spikes are gone. It has been repotted and it is recovering well. There you can see those roots. And this is my beloved Marii, and I love Marii, it's my favorite. There's a story behind this Marii in particular. This is recovering well. It was really down to a couple of leaves. It was subjected to cold damage, dehydration, and all species typically cannot withstand dehydration for more than a day or a few hours, really. They need high humidity. They want constant moisture at the roots, but they want to dry off, but not before they are watered again. They don't want to completely dry out. But I let this one somehow go down the tubes. I think part of it was not my fault, but I stuck it in this, repotted it into this, which is just a Phalaenopsis mix, but there is no drainage hole at the bottom. And literally, there was nothing to this plant but this, and it has since put up this new growth behind it, which has given me another leaf. Periodically, I do have to turn it over and dump the water out because it gets very funky. I'm not sure if this material bleeds into the soil, and because it is discolored when I dump it out, it is more rust colored. But as long as it's surviving and the roots seem to have dug itself in, unlike this one, which is still a bit floppy and getting its bearings. And this is another one that is fairly new that was damaged when I got it, but since I've been gone, it suffered a little bit more. You can just tell by the color of the spikes, it looks very glaucous. And that's just a sign of dehydration and possibly some infestation as well, because it looks a little bit like it's been sucked dry. This, by the way, is Mituo Gigan Sunny, so I have to save it. Pronto, that is Phalaenopsis Mituo 24 solar terms times Phalaenopsis gigantea variety alba. So I do have to repot this pronto, as I just said, and hang it up like I have my other Phalaenopsis giganteas. So up here, really quickly, is my Valentii, Phalaenopsis Valentii, which has some Violacea in it as well, and I even want to say Gigantea. Let's see. Oh, Valentii is Violacea, the indigo, and then indigo blue violet crossed with Cornocervae Chalade. Okay, that is very richly fragrant, and it is recovering and slowly acclimating from the repot that most of these have endured since arriving in my care. But there are a few out there that still need their roots and their media cleansed. But anyway, that was the only sniffy poo down here, and I'm glad I got to show you how things are looking so far in the new setup. Still more to come. Stay tuned. So yeah, everything is looking great, and seems to have stayed stabilized since I was gone. No browning of any inflorescence, or not overly. Still producing leaves from these newly repotted orchids. I still have to repot this one, which is a new acquisition. Stanhope Bakiana across to Greener, Colombia, Mexico. They need to go in a basket as their subos go up, but the spikes go down through the slats. So anyway, folks, this is all I got. Let's go